I'll apply for your position and take that. And I was like, hey, no way in hell now will you ever take over my baby. It's not happening. Ever. I will stay as long as I can to make sure you do not take this for days. But, and then he goes, so yeah, so if you're 10 years old, then I'll apply for that, take that position, and, you know, hope you're doing well. So I wrote back and I said, well, I was just extended a year, so I'll be around till 2021, so you might want to continue to look out.
Why Bussy hasn't had a battalion command? Battalion.
Should I CSM?
Nah, why she hasn't had a CSM yet?
I don't know. A lot of people don't know the process. I mean, they don't know that. A lot of people don't know the process of becoming a command sergeant.
Do you still have one open, or?
I'm about to have one open because the 389th Command Sergeant Major Maxwell is in there now, and he's pretty good. He's really good with CSNM and staying on top of his measures. He's got like one of the top battalions in the 372nd. But he's done. He's overdue to leave, and so he just applied for the 372nd because that CSM left and took the 86th training command. Anyway, so I think he's going to get that. Then I'll have a vacancy when we take them in July or September. But if she's not on the CSMB list, and I don't know, I haven't looked, or I don't even know if she's applied, you know, then I can't even do anything. But if she's on that list, I can by name her, or I think CSM board likes to get packets and review them. But I don't know. How do you know her?
So Bussy was the SAA when I was a company commander.
That's right.
And she was a first sergeant when I was a company commander. And the metrics, they beat me. You know? The metrics, they beat me. But again, she had a full-time AGR, and it was her doing all the light lead work, so she knows like all the MRC and all that other stuff and whatnot. She's decent when it comes to HR. She's decent, but she's good, and she's a good leader. She's a great leader. That's Sergeant Haynes' mentor. Yeah. That's what Sergeant Haynes want to be like. So
what you say, nigga?
Yeah, I'm on the phone, bro. Yeah.
Don't be talking that shit anymore.
Well, yeah, we reached out to her again. I told her that. I said, you heard back from either one? She said no, and I said, I want to take them both. I said, so let's go ahead and get push the 4661 through. And
I'm coming to you.
Yeah. If you get Bussy, she's gonna bring people with her. People follow her. She's good. She's solid. Yeah, she's solid. And and she'll listen.
Are you streaming?
Yep. Right. You know, I tried to hire Bussy now in other position. Yeah. That's what I wanted. Yeah. Hold on, bro. Yeah. But no, I tried to put her in that position, and then the civilian up there,
thank you, Coach. We're across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Ahead will decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as as we've got a great one in store
Yeah,
between the Chicago Blues and the New York Giants. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon.
She's not Becky, but she's good. She's about like Haynes. Becky is on the compassionate reassignment right now. Her mother passed. Yeah, her mother passed. So. Ooh.
Let's go now.
Ooh.
Easy. Let's
Really?
go.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Again, he finds an opening, and he cuts it back right. And down to the 29-yard line.
Yeah.
That one good for 33 and a first. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive...
Let me get on this. I got this game going on.
Very disappointing, but I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory?
I will, you too.
Go for it.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And
I got you.
Closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4.
All right,
about
that'll work.
A 3-yard pickup there, but more importantly, they're still a few yards away here. It's now 4th down and goal.
I got you.
Elliott puts this one through. And the opening drive of the game yields 3. So a nice opening drive on the road. You get the 3 points. Part of you wonders if that might hurt them later not getting into the end zone.
Well, the good thing is, still first quarter, and they did come out of it with points. In a sense, they can look at positively and say, hey, we set the pace in this one. I think that's how they'll go about it.
Watch it now, Barney!
the ground. This is Saquon Barkley. And now nothing but green ahead of him. A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley. 44 yards. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
Saquon is back.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Hey, we got three down.
And they'll go on the ground. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
We got three, fellas. We got three.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 34. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Hey, guys. Detroit!
He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A pickup of 11, and it moves the chains.
Blitz. He wasn't ready. Watch it now, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56. Detroit!
They'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
No. 3 down. You got tight right there.
The toss out to Barkley. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Watch the run. Motion. Mike 5'9".
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And the kick by Rosas is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post, that's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
3 down, 3 down. Hey,
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue. Getting the sense Charles are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
to the right, boys. Take it to the right. Move. Ready. Black 25. White. Hey, check Mike. Easy.
On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw play. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. On the tackle, it was the West Virginia man, Kaiser White.
Keep bringing it. Stay in there. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. What is that? Even. Hey, switch gears. What is that?
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down.
Sonic. Green, triple C. Hey, sub. Let's go. Sonic. What is that?
Jameis to throw it. And Tate's got it. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a 1st down on that effort.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Sonic. Mike 28. What's the run? They're running it.
They go play action here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. And that'll be incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined. But sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
4 down. Alert.
And they'll run it here. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Sonic. 3 down. Ready. Blue 80. 28, Mike, he's coming. Check in. Green, triple C. Wait up.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Over the middle, complete to Tate. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
Nowadays, this has become routine, hasn't it? That was a heck of a route there by the tight end. A great double move for a big-time catch downfield.
3 down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there from 17 yards out. And his guys are able to strike for 6. And he knocks it through. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now out come the Giants. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants a drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Flush to his right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, 2nd and 10.
Tight end is right. Watch tight. Tight end is right. Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down. Check three.
A handoff to Barkley. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot! Hot!
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Alert! 3 down. Watch him now, Barney! Over!
Now a handoff looking right. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. A first down carry for Barkley. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Detroit! 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 All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun! 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 Gun!
They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there and gets the good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Check.
Now they try the right side here. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And this offense on third down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Follow. Check. Hey, sub.
From the gun, Winston. Flushed out right. Now he's got it. Hit the 15. Touchdown, Chicago. Nelson Aguilar, 56 yards. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is now 17-3. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now he's forced out left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
We got three, fellas. We got 3.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And on 3rd and inches, we're going to get a whistle and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 15. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. 19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10. Now a handoff working right. And now running right through him. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. The tackle there by Patrick Peterson. Final play of the half here, Winston. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
So he comes out of nowhere. He's got this handlebar mustache, greasy hair, and he says, would you rather eat a jar of mayonnaise or 3 sticks of butter? And I look, what?
All right, never mind. Third quarter action now. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is going to do that?
I'm doing it. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Gun!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he slides to avoid the hit. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Check, 59. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me.
They'll look to throw here. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Mike, check. Detroit!
He'll look to throw. He gets it over the middle to Cobb.
Did he get it?
Take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
Oh, come on, bro.
down.
Yeah.
They didn't get the first down, but
It ain't no it ain't no
trying to do.
no
Try and get your
onside
receiver
though.
on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
You know you can't do that.
Defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. He'll drop to throw. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Giants go on fourth but come up empty. And as a result, possession switches hands. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Sonic!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Ready! Blue lady! 5-0, 5-0, 5-0! Hey, sub! Let's go! Sonic!
On 3rd down, Winston eluding the pressure right.
Got him.
And it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5.
Detroit! 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 All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll set up a throw. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A good pickup there, a 22. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Leopard! Leopard!
Now a toss right to Barkley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Like 59. Hey, pick your game up. 36, 36.
Again, it's Barkley. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. He's got his target. It's caught.
My bad.
2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. Trucks through him.
Oh, man, right through him.
And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Here's Barkley. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Giants able to get this back within a touchdown. Rosas good with the extra point. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll make it second and a foot or so. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he lost the football.
Come on, man!
Who's got it? The Giants.
Challenge that shit, man. Oh, man, come on, Mr. Ralph. Fuck.
Partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's
Thank you, Mr. Ralph. Shit.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The offense on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Well, the Giants ready to come out now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Oh, what a juke into space. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. To return it is Corey Grant. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Ready? Black 22.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And they'll run it here. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game.
4 down, 4 down. Check, check. Green, trouble team. Sonic.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves and chains. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. So So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Right back to him on first down. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? A big-time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days.
Watch 89. Watch 89. Hey, Tank.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
You bitch.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch.
And they'll go with a ground attack here.
Good try.
He's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 6 on the run. They're going to be faced now with a 3rd and 12.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Ready. Blue lady.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
It ain't over yet. You know I like to fuck shit up.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. And they will take a knee and set up what would be a potential game-winning field goal try. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. They come out here in the eye.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. This would put them in the NFC title game. And he got it. The kick is good. He splits the uprights. And in doing so, he sends them to the NFC title game.
Shit.